The last match we played well.
Just turn on the sound. Yeah.
This is the last match we played well, and we need to keep going in the same line. Now we are thinking in Punjab because it's like a final for us in the ISL, and we are thinking only in this game, in Punjab game.
Good afternoon. The good days give us happiness, the bad days give us experience, and we are still trying to find the best days, because the best days is what are going to give us what we want for the rest of the season. We are quite determined to finish the season in a good note, as I say in the last press conference, and that means that we want to put the cherry on top of this difficult season. So yeah, the game of Punjab is an important one. We have the information of the first half we played here that they did the things very difficult for us. Remember that we went to the halftime losing the game 0-2, so there is no other option that this time we need to be strong on the first half, otherwise it's going to be difficult to make such a comeback.
Okay, next question.
You just need to watch the moment of form. You can check it, either the last 5 games, either the last 10, or either the last 15. If you go for the last 5, we are 8. If you go for the last 10, we are 6. And if you go for the last 15, we are 7th. So, as I said last week, the team is not doing that bad. We are paying a big price for the beginning of the season, probably for being focused in 2 different competitions, for having injuries, for the modifications on positions, on players, of injuries. There is a lot of things that we have been talking all throughout the year, but the moment of form of the team is quite good. And in January we lost games that, with the big teams, that we should get at least some points. So even if we are talking about 8, 7, 6 position, which is the real position if you take into consideration the last 1, 2 and 3 months, even the points should be better. Say that, I want to repeat that now we are in a positive thing after feeling, not the result, after feeling the performance of the guys the last day in the derby. And I'm going to repeat what I said when I begin, is the good days give you happiness, the bad days give you experience, and we believe that the best days are ahead. We want to do it. We don't accept, as I'm telling throughout all the press conference, that we don't accept the position in the table, that we don't accept that the fans are not happy with us. We want to build memories. So if we want to think in the best days, we need to build memories. And the only way we have to build memories is finishing well the ISL, trying to do something big in the AFC Cup competition, and defend the title in the Super Cup. So if you want to ask about the mood of the team, the ambition and the way forward, I repeat.
I'm asking about the ISL picture. If I'm talking about the tournament ISL, not the season.
Perfect. So regarding ISL, I already gave you the data about the last 5, 10 and 15 games. If you watch our rival on Saturday, they have completely an inverse situation. They started the season very, very well, but in the last few months or few weeks, they are struggling to get the desired results. But still, they are 3 points ahead. And regarding the ISL, I prefer to focus on the game of Saturday, because if we win the game on Saturday, we are going to jump 3 positions in the table. We are going to finish, maybe we come here on Sunday and we are in the 8th position, something that didn't happen all throughout the year. And now in the room, we were discussing, you can trust me, we were discussing that we want to try to win the 4 games. We still have 1 more bullet. And in case we can win the last 4 games, we have 2, let's call it direct rivals. If we can beat Punjab and we can beat Hyderabad, the last 2 days with Bangalore and Northeast, they are exactly the teams that occupy the positions that we want to reach. So of course we depend on results, but we also depend on us on trying to win the 4 games and not accepting the current situation of the table, that is the situation that we are carrying all throughout the season.
Talking about injuries, personally, we also thinking that a lot of injuries created or affected your team. So, what's your analysis? It's only bad luck or some technical reason behind it?
The first thing is that now we are talking about recoveries, how we are recovering all the players, not about the injuries. Injuries talk was all throughout the season, and now, as I say, we are recomposing our team. We are bringing back the players that were with problems, and slowly we are getting on maximum strength. The reasons. It can be a lot, but it's better to discuss it internally. It's also truth. This question was there 3 weeks back. And as I say, most of the injuries are consequence of game actions. Only the injury of Rakip 5 weeks back, we were with the red light that Rakip was with fatigue and it would be a risk fielding him. We decided to field him and he got a tear and he was sided for 3 or 4 games. Rest of the injuries, calculate. There are some players with old injuries, there are some players with game actions, Anwar. Jigson the other day was on a stretch in an action. Saul, the injury in Chennai was another one that he opened the leg and it was a game action. So it's hard to say bad luck because it seems that there is something else also. So the team is, sorry?
In center back?
No, in players recovering from position and cards. No, not in center back. In players recovering. So we were talking a lot about the depth of the squad. We were talking a lot about the players, the adjusting, the flexibility on the positions, on not having power in the bench, on finishing the games with limited resources if you compare with other teams. But all these excuses not anymore there. As you say, we are recovering players. We are now having different options, and the players that you mentioned are important players of the team. So we have a plan to count on them for sure in the game of Punjab.
As you said, you are recovering well as a team, but your team is still in hospital. And what is the condition of Nanda, and do you want to clarify on your 6th foreigner status?
Yeah, ask me.
Firstly, the status of Nanda, and the secondly, what is the status of
Go one by one. Nanda, we hope that he recovers. Nanda in the last game, he received a kick that twisted his ankle. He's in hands of the medical and physio department throughout the week, and our intention is that tomorrow he can complete the practice. He travel with us, and in case he's needed, he will be fieldable.
And secondly, your 6th foreigner status about
Clayton, we have the hope. Clayton is today actually receiving a treatment. We are all together. Clayton is committed and he's hopeful that he can help the team in the last stage of the season. The reality is that he has an injury. It's not a small one, but he's doing everything to try to help the team as a good captain. So he's not just letting it go, he's trying to find all possible way to come back and to help the team. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Yes,
the status of
Celis, we could take the risk to call him for the next game. He had a similar injury than Jigson, but in a more difficult area. So, for example, Jigson, we will try today in practice to see his condition, and same as Nanda, I hope that Jigson is ready to help the team in this next game against Punjab. The situation of Celis, as I told you, is a similar injury, but it's in the hamstring. So, if the game of Saturday were a final, we would try to field him or to use him in the best possible way. But remember that we have, from now, our calendar is very demanding. We have games on 26, on 2nd, on 5, on 8, and 12. So we have back-to-back games, and in the discussion with the medical department, if we use Celis on Saturday, there is going to be a risk that his injury gets worse and miss not only one game, but the next run of games. So probably with Celis we need to be cautious and protect him to be there to help the team in the last stage of the season. We're redefining the system, the formation, adjusting some players on different positions, suffering problems of cards, so it's difficult to find consistency. However, the team was doing pretty well, and I think that the first half of Chennai, we pay a big price, and all the phantoms and all the problems of the beginning of the season and feeling that we cannot achieve the top 6, I think that the first half of Chennai was very harmful for all of us. And as I said last week, we are ashamed of that performance. Besides that, before Chennai, we play a good game in Mumbai, and we play a good game in Goa, and we beat Kerala Blasters. And before that, we dropped points with Mohun Bagan in a game that was quite close. So I understand the external part of the lack of consistency because of the position of the table. But again, if you go for the moment of form, I already described, in the last 5, 10 and 15 games, we are not that bad, and we are paying a big price. We are handicapped this year. The start of the season, if you lose, if you don't get a point in the first 25% of games of the season, it's really difficult to come back. We tried our best, and we have 4 games till the end of the ASL, and I still grab that small hope that we have. This is the way that we are going to plan the game of Punjab. Probably no. If we don't get the 3 points in the game of Punjab, then we can talk next week that mathematically we are out. But as I say, if we still have something to grab and one more bullet, we will try to use it in the best way.
In the East Bengal Instagram after the game, that we understand the fans, that they are angry, it's normal, but we will fight for them till the end of the season, and I hope to get a good result in these last games.
Okay, now questions for coach. Move on the next question.
Hi coach, this is Gopal.
You have the chance to increase your position, and AFC Cup is also knocking at the door. How much hopeful to give a best performance, because you have performed in Bhutan a great. So how much hopeful to play a better football or good football or show a great performance like Bhutan? How much hopeful?
I think that the numbers are there, and we already have chance to qualify to the top 6. So we believe, we trust in this, and in the FC, in groups we were very well, and I'm sure that the next round will be so difficult, but we will be ready to fight to win the next round.
Another thing I want to ask, before the season, everybody hoped the East Bengal will show a great football. But now you are in sometimes in number 10, sometimes in number 11, the bottom of the table. What is the reason behind it according to you?
I think that in every year, in every competition in the world, some teams that expect to be in the top of the tables, when the season is finished,
No, que hemos tenido problemas de rotaciones, de que la FC que nos ha fatigado y que ha sido una temporada complicada.
Yeah, I think that we start the season bad, and obviously we have been a lot of injuries, difficult injuries, but I think that no is excuse, and we need to finish the season well in FC and in ISL too.